Planned economy is the answer. Someone in my chat. I would have expected that in your chat.
Depends how much planning you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
In one sense, we have a planned economy now because we have central banks and we have active government policy, We even have some price controls. So that degree of planning, sure. I mean, I think that's inevitable and good, or can be good. But an entirely planned economy, I'm not so sure about that.
So you're not a communist, Joeri. I think some people in my comment section also wondered that. Not in this stream, but under the video.
Yeah, I mean, going back to some of the proposals that I've seen from MMTers about managing the economy, they do seem like quite extensive programs of price controls. And it relates to the war analogy you were speaking about earlier, right? Like, because that's during the war, the way that inflation, not to mention, everything else was managed was through rationing, right? And I guess MMTers, some of the time might say that the pandemic and perhaps the climate crisis too is kind of similar to a war. We should be on a war footing and we should be rationing in a similar way. But perhaps temporarily rather than as a permanent policy. I mean, there's an article by Nathan Tankus and Rohan Gray where they talk about this in the Financial Times Alphaville blog, and they talk about their kind of policies for managing inflation during the Green New Deal. This is all pre-pandemic, by the way. And they also released a full report. I don't know if you saw this, Joeri.
No, so this is on FT Alphaville as well by Nathan Tankus?
The full report is on Nathan Tankus' Substack, and it's like a 40 to 50 page report on basically how to manage inflation without interest rates, without interest rate management, or without solely interest rate management. But I haven't had a chance to delve into it completely yet, but it contains a lot of ideas. And I think a lot of them are, I wouldn't call it central planning, but they're quite heavy in terms of the amount of intervention that would take place.
Interesting. I can't just find it easily, but I think I'll share it under the stream once we're done talking.